Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I'm coming back to Kingdom Rush again. I previously covered Kingdom Rush Rift in Time, but since then they've released a new core set, Elemental Uprising, that changes quite a few of the core rules. So I'm going to do a full playthrough of one of the scenarios, Scenario 4 in this case, because that shows most of the new stuff, and then I'll give some impressions on the new game, a little review at the end of the video. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or say hi and join the conversation on our Discord. So if you haven't seen our previous Kingdom Rush content, this is based on a popular tower defense video game, and you are trying to stop these trays of enemies, like these ones here, from moving down these lanes and eventually out your gate. And each time they move out, they're going to take away some hearts, and if you lose all your hearts, you'll lose the game. But you and your fellow players will be placing towers on these little spaces here and attacking the enemies, putting tokens on them to cover up their little figures. And once every pictured figure is covered on a tray, it's defeated, you get some rewards, and you buy some more time for you to survive. Each player also has heroes that are moving around as miniatures that will cover up and thus defeat enemies that are underneath them. And then they have special powers and abilities they can use. They have health, they can get knocked out and have to come back. And that's the basic idea of the game. It's 1 to 4 players. There is a true solo mode, but I actually don't like it as much as just multi-handing. It adds some extra complications that I think make the game a little bit slower. So yeah, I'm just playing as though I were 2 players. We're going to start out with 6 towers, and we got to divide them between ourselves. Look at the heroes I chose. I've got Saitama, like One Punch Man. He looks very Monkey King-ish though. And you also get to pick 2 abilities for your character. In this scenario, you can use any of the abilities. Each character has 4 to choose from. So I've chosen Monkey Paw, which is going to let me stop a horde from activating. And I've chosen Angry God, which means that I'll be invulnerable to damage for 1 turn. And then every time anybody attacks the horde that Saitama is on, Saitama will get to put down extra damage. So it just lets him slam the heck out of one of the bosses, probably, because you have these champions you have to defeat in most scenarios, including this one. Oh, and I forgot to say, every character has an ongoing power. So Saitama's is Mighty Monkey. Whenever he moves off of a horde, he leaves a 1 damage token on them. And I didn't take all of them, but some of his abilities, including his basic attack, give him extra movement. Then my other hero is Deirdre. First of all, when she activates, she can move to any space. She just flies all around the board, but then she only has a single movement after that. Her ongoing power is Holy Light. Whenever a soldier is pulled off of a horde, she leaves a damage behind. Which is pretty great, because usually soldiers are these little meeples, and they're just kind of like temporary damage, and they slow hordes down, but she turns them into actual permanent damage with her ability. And then for her abilities, I picked Purification is at Hand, which is just a basic shoot 2 nice little attack tokens on anybody on the board. That's what this little perfect range bullseye token there means. And then Hallelujah is going to heal a hero, herself, or somebody else, and also give them invulnerability for the turn, so she can keep us alive a little bit longer. And like I said, this is Scenario 4, so there are some extra things in here that were introduced in previous scenarios, so the game doesn't throw this all at you at once, but I am. You're welcome. So first of all, there are these murky ponds. There's 1 down here and 1 all the way up at the top. And after the hordes move each turn, after they advance, I'm going to take 1 tentacle miniature. There are 4 of these. And for 1 of the ponds, I'm going to put the tentacle on one of these building spots. Orange and purple, these correspond to the different players. So only Saitama can put them on the purple ones, and only Deirdre can put it on the orange. The tentacle is going to go there and lock it down, so we can't use it. And if a tower is already there, it's going to lock the tower down. We won't be able to pick it back up. But if one of my heroes moves into a spot with a tentacle, then the tentacle goes away. So they're not that hard to get rid of, and especially because I chose Saitama and Deirdre, 2 of the most mobile heroes in the set, I'm not too worried about them. Also, something new in this set are blossoms. I've got a fire blossom here and a green, basic blossom. And whenever you end your turn on one of those or move out of a space of one of them, you're going to trigger it. Gets flipped down, and it does some damage. The fire one does splash damage to every horde nearby. The green one just does 2 little single space damage tokens to any 2 hordes on the board. And you can refresh these and get to use them again if you defeat champions, which are, again, the goal to defeat in this mission. The main champion we're worrying about this time, there's 3 of them, are the Jack-O-Lanterns. There's going to be 1 coming out next round. You can see the top of these reinforcement stacks. And basically their ability is that they will often just teleport away, losing any damage that I've already put on them, and they'll leave behind a little helper dude. And yeah, so we kind of want to kill them all or nothing when we attack, which is exactly why I took this Monkey Palm ability for Saitam, because then he can lock them down for a turn and stop them from teleporting away from danger. There's some other new things I'll talk about as the playthrough goes, and also if you've seen Rift in Time, maybe one of the biggest changes is that now every tower lets you freely rotate the tokens you place when you attack. In Rift in Time, they would often have specific configurations like vertical or horizontal you had to do. Not the case anymore. But yeah, let's jump into the actual first round, and I'll talk through more details as we go. All right, so this is the reference card for this specific scenario, which is nice. They have like a different one that kind of adds in all the rules as you go. So the first step of each round is to spawn new hordes, but you skip that the first round because I've already got literally somebody right next to the exit and then somebody pretty close by. And then these dudes all the way back here, they've got these people with little arrow signs. That means that they're fast. They're going to activate twice, move twice when they go. And then these green ones with a little soldier meeple icon in the upper left can only be defeated or attacked by soldiers, by heroes, or by true damage, which is like special attacks that can go through all defenses. But yes, no spawning new hordes. So now we go to the core play of the game, which is play tower and hero cards. And we can do one of three actions. We can freely go back and forth between the players. We can put down a tower. So like if Saitam wanted to use his Adept Guild here, he's purple, so it would have to go on a purple building spot. For example, right here. And then in this case, it shoots just directly in front of it one space, but many of them give you like options to the side. And it tells you what kind of shot you're putting down, and you can pick how it goes. And there are some other things here. This is the level of the tower. They go up to level 4. This is the type of attack, which is magic. Some enemies are immune to magic or physical attacks. And this shows that as a mage's tower can have an extra mod. You'll see mods at the end of the round. You can buy them to like boost up your towers. So that's one option a player can take. They can put down a tower. Each building spot can have one regular tower and one tower with soldiers, which look like this. Militia barracks, we only have one of these so far. Another action you can take is to give a tower to another player, and when you do that, the tower levels up. Here you can see a subset of the progression. So we got Militia Barracks level 1, then Footmen, then Knights, and then Assassin's Guild. There's only one level 4 in this scenario for each type, and there's only 2 level 3s, 3 level 2s, 4 level 1s, so you can't get as many of the best ones. But yeah, whenever you trade a tower to another player, then you get to level it up immediately. But then they can't use it that round. So basically, if you don't use a tower in a turn, you get to level it up. Which does mean talking strategy for a second. If possible, I want to maybe just kill this horde and nobody else and keep every tower I possibly can to trade and level up because, you know, it'll just pay dividends later on with more powerful attacks happening over and over again. And the final action a hero can take is to activate their hero. When you do that, you can first move up to your movement value here. And in Deirdre's case, she has like the little text that says she can fly first. And then you can activate one of your abilities. So you can do a basic attack. You can use one of your abilities and then you flip it over. Or instead of attacking or using an ability, you can rest, which means you get all your hearts back and you get to flip all your abilities back to their use side. So like if you already used both of these, boop, they would return. All right, that's it. So let's get to this first round. So like I said, I would love to just kill this one horde, hopefully not using anything except my heroes. And I think I can do that pretty easily. Let's have Saitam go first. He's going to activate himself. And then he gets to move up to 2. Whenever he leaves a horde, he'll leave an attack on them. And then I'm going to have him do his basic attack. The little flexing arm, I think that's what that is, symbol here, means that he puts a 2x1 attack token on the horde that he's standing on. So this has no range. It's like a melee attack. And then it says, after dealing damage, move Saitam up to 2 spaces. And again, each of those movements is going to leave attack tokens behind. So for movement, heroes have to come in from the exit. And you can move diagonally, so diagonally counts for adjacency. So in this case, he's going to stop here. Okay, that's his move. He had 2 move, but I'm choosing to only use 1. And then he'll do his basic attack, and I don't know, he'll leave it here. Why not? And then he gets 2 movement, and he'll go 1, 2, right back to where he was. So he'll get 2, since he moved off of these guys, leave 1 there. It's kind of out of the way. And he'll get to leave 1 over here. I don't know. That looks a little bit harder to get to. And that is it for him. And now let's activate Deirdre. And with her Wings of Light ability, she can move anywhere. And then she can move 1 more space. Her Holy Light doesn't apply. It's only when soldiers are being put down. And then with her basic attack, she can attack on her space. She's got the melee symbol there. Or in those directions, you can freely choose her facing when she gets down and moves. And she'll put a 2x1 token down. And it's slightly overkill, but she'll go here, and then boop. So that horde is dead. They don't get removed yet, and they're actually going to do damage to us when we kill them. I'll get to that in a later phase of the turn. But that's it. And we could use these towers, but yeah, like I said, you want to level up as much as you can. So I'm just going to have Deirdre send all of her towers to Sidem, and have Sidem send all of his towers over to her, and we'll be powered up. So now Deirdre's got a level 2 soldier barracks, a level 2 archery barrack tower, and level 3 wizard tower. Number 4 is the highest. And Sidem's got level 2 artillery, level 2 archer, level 2 mage. All right, now we go to step 3, which is destroy horde trays. So to destroy a horde, they need to have every space covered, and this one does. But first, they deal 1 damage to every soldier and hero on them. Soldiers just get removed. But heroes take 1 damage, so Sidem and Deirdre both go down. And when they reach this gray, they get knocked out. And that's bad because they skip their entire next round. They do heal up, but they don't get their abilities back. So it's categorically worse than just resting before you get knocked out, which is what you want to do. But then they get removed. We just end up where they were standing. And we gain a bonus by looking at the back of the card, in this case, 1 gold coin. You'll see what that's for in a second. Okay, next we advance horde trades, which means they try to move. And we go in numerical order. There are 4 spawn points in this scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, going in kind of clockwise order. So first we look at number 1. In fact, here, let me zoom out for a second. You won't need this view all the time, but I think it's helpful to see it in the initial stages. So yeah, so first we check for anybody going from the level 1 spawn point, which is just this group. They move 1. They don't have any fast moving guys, so that's it. Then we check for anybody in lane 2, and even when lanes double up like here, you only move each horde once, or activate each horde once, I should say. So this horde doesn't activate again. Okay, then we go to lane 3, and they, like I mentioned, have these little quick moving icons, so they move twice. And then lane 4, nope, everybody's activated. So that's it for advancing. Now, if there were champions before they activated, they would have drawn cards to potentially do their special ability, like the pumpkin guys teleporting away. But we don't do that here. Now, we are going to place tentacles on building sites adjacent to murky ponds. We got to put down a single tentacle of our choice. So there's a murky pond up here, so we could go there, or there's one down here. Now, it might seem dumb to put it closer to us, but again, if we just walk onto it or through it, we get rid of it. So I'd actually rather have it down here where I can easily have one of the two of them fix it, instead of putting it like way up out of the way. Okay, next we pick up tower and hero cards. We didn't use any towers, but we do get to take the leveled up ones because they were unavailable when you first trade them to somebody. And we also remove the hero cards to show that we can activate our people again. And then end of the round, we get to spend crystals and gold. So I'm playing on normal difficulty where you start with 3 crystals. On hard difficulty, you would start with fewer. And you can buy a level 1 tower for 2 crystals or a level 2 tower for 3. I like to go for level 1 and then just try to level them up because that way you get more towers overall. And you can see there are a lot of places to attack from in this scenario. And since we only have a single soldier barracks so far, and Deirdre makes them really good, I'm going to go ahead and buy that, level 1 of those for 2 of the 3 crystals, and I'll give it to Sidem. Okay, then we also have 4 gold, and this is a new thing for the Elemental Uprising set, I believe. At least I don't remember this in the original game. So right now we have 6 of these basic mods, they're called, and you can put them on towers, and they'll give them little bonuses. It costs 2 gold for each. So this one turns all the towers' damage into true damage. This one lets you put another tower there. So I could have like 2 mage towers and a soldier tower, because you can always do a soldier and a non-soldier. This would just let you put a second non-soldier in a space. This one would make the tower also place a soldier in addition to whatever else it does. Also place a 2x1 artillery attack, do a 1x1 artillery attack anywhere on the board, or make the tower hit anywhere on the board no matter where you place it. These are all awesome. But once you put them on a tower, it's stuck on that tower. So if you level up the tower, like let's say I put it on this marksman tower and then level it up, then the level 2 tower with the mod would go back into the supply, and I'd have to like level up into or buy another level 2 marksman tower to get it back. So I'm thinking I might hold off on spending my 4 gold this turn and try to get some of these to like the max level 3 or 4 next turn, and then spend the gold and make the best even better. Although I am forgetting, a lot of towers have limitations, so barracks can never have mods. That's what this symbol means. Most level 4 towers can also never have mods, so actually I guess I should maybe buy one for a level 3 tower. And then any of the mage wizard towers can have 2 mods on them, or this is the only level 4 one that can have 1 mod. You see how it doesn't have the special bonus icon, but it also doesn't have the no mod icon. See, I could put a mod on the wizard tower, but no, I wanna level it up to an Archmage tower next turn if I possibly can. All right, so that's the end of round one. Now let's spawn some new hordes. And again, having this zoomed out view will make this look a little better. We go in number order, and they go to the first path space that is open. So like if this dude was sitting here, then this one would spawn there. So you can sometimes have them jump way farther ahead if they're spawning badly. All right, so we get these guys. Oh, lovely. So this is a shield. You'll see it has a little sword icon crossed out. That means it is a physical attack shield, which means that anything in the row underneath or the row above cannot hit them if it's physical. So like a tower here couldn't shoot them, a tower here. As long as it is anywhere, in this case, above or below them, even if it's like really far off to the diagonal, it still can't hit them. If it's a physical attack, oh, we don't even have a tower here. So yeah, right now we can't do much to them, although it doesn't stop heroes from hitting them. True damage can get through. In this case, magic damage could hit them, like our wizard's towers. So there are ways to hurt them. Okay, level 2-1. Oh, is another really fast crew over here. And they're hanging out with their other fast friends. Number 3, this is a really important one. This is our first champion. These are the jack-o'-lantern people I had mentioned to you. So a few things here. First of all, you'll see that this purple box, the theme here is this supposed to be the champion and their horse. The purple box has this little like armor plate symbol here. That means this champion is tough. And what tough means is each individual token I put down can only cover a single one of these purple spaces. So I could not do that, okay? But I could do like that and then that. So against tough people, single attack things and like soldiers are wonderful, and big honkin' tokens like that one mage one are actually really tough to put down. Like here, I can only put it there. And by the way, same thing with heroes. Like the heroes could come in and only attack there, but they couldn't go here or here. They couldn't cover up more than one tough space. Now you also have these 4 skulls. You don't have to kill these to defeat the enemy. These are not part of the unit of the horde, but these skulls determine whether the unit will activate their champion ability. So when each champion activates, you flip over a card, and if they have at least this many skulls or more, they do the special attack. In the case of the jack-o'-lantern, they teleport away to a different horde, spawn stack. They'll actually go over to where the exclamation point is over there, and they'll leave one of their like little helper people in their wake. So if you're not going to kill a champion, sometimes you'll just want to cover up their skulls so they don't get their bonus. And yeah, the scenario ends, by the way, when I kill all 4 champions that are in divided among the spawn decks. There's 3 of the jack-o'-lanterns and 1 hobgoblin from a previous scenario. And once I kill all of them and survive the round, that's how I win. But for now, they're hanging out over there. I might just let them be. And then stack 4 has this, which is a nothing. It's just basically giving us a turn of a reprieve. And ooh, we've got a hobgoblin over here. Lovely. All right, so I do have to decide what I want to kind of focus on here. I might be able, if I really like hammer down as much as possible, I might be able to kill that champion with a lot of towers, getting like both my heroes over there, all of that. I'm pretty sure Sidon and Deirdre both put all their efforts into attacking the champion, and if we use like one of our advanced towers, we can kill him off. But that would mean kind of ignoring all the other people. So these guys would end up there, these guys would end up there, then the quick dudes would go boom, boom, which would mean this one would teleport like right near the entrance when it spawns. I love all of that. You know, yeah, I do kind of want to kill this guy. So let's have Deirdre teleport and then move one. And I'm going to have her do this blossom. So remember, when she moves off it, that's the best she can do damage-wise. She gets to activate it. The green one does a single 1x1 square of damage, but true damage going through anything to 2 different hordes. So let's get like one of those. Let's just go there. And then for the second one, these dudes are a little bit harder to kill. Remember I said they can only be hurt by soldiers and heroes, so let's cover up one of them. Okay, and then Deirdre's going to do her basic attack, which can cover up 2 of these spots as long as only one of them is tough. And then finally, she's orange. She's going to shoot with her wizard's tower, and she can do a 2x1 and 2 1x1s, and you can freely divide them among the directions indicated if there were other hordes here. I think I got this right. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Killed him right off the bat. That's awesome. So that champion will be dead, although she'll still take a damage. And then I kind of want Saitam to kill a horde too. So here, let's have him activate and go 1, 2, which will remove this. And then what the hell? Let's use his Angry God ability. He's going to have a shield, which means he won't take any damage from the hordes this turn. And then for the rest of the turn, for each damage tile or soldier placed on this horde, he'll get to place a 2x1 for free. Actually, you know what? Maybe not. I'm realizing there's not a lot of ways for me to like actually attack this horde. So instead, let's have him do his basic attack where he leaves 2 and then moves twice. So he'll move like back and forth, which means because he's leaving them, he gets to put a single damage token down on these guys. I remember they have shields from like the different rows, but if he's attacking them like right on them, that's different. I guess like that, and then back on there. Can I kill these guys? Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to. Maybe I want to not attack this turn. So we hit him for 2, jump there. Let's have the second move be to jump here. So he still did the damage for leaving them. But yeah, then we'll just slow play a little bit more and trade all these towers for awesomeness. So go into Sitem is a level 3 barracks and level 3 archer. And then he's giving back just a crap ton of stuff. There'll be a lot of level 3s and a level 2. Although we are running out of level 3s now. So yeah, I can't just like keep on trading forever. And yeah, we'll just we'll call it a day and see what happens. So this horde is destroyed, the champion, which does take Deirdre down to 1 life left, but she can use her Hallelujah ability on herself to fully heal, so she's not worried. Ooh, and they give us a coin and a gem. Heck yeah. And that is 1 out of 4 that we have to defeat. Nice. All right, now horde's advancing at a weird angle, so that one goes there. This one goes here, which means Sitem immediately has to move to an empty space. Let's have him just move there, I guess. They go mer, and they go mer. So we are going to have some really rough times over here with a lot of crowded people. Yeah, this might have been a bad idea. I'm going to have to do a ton of damage all at once. And then Deirdre gets back her wizard tower plus, oh my god, she's got way too many towers. I got to spread this out better. Because each player only has a certain number of tower spots, so if Deirdre has all the towers, that's not going to be great. All right, and to end the round, we can spend some money. We can let's buy another level 1. The only one we don't have 2 of so far is the bombards. These, by the way, do that much damage to every tower in one range in those directions. So yeah, let's give this to Sitem to even out the towers a bit. And I think what we really want for buying some coin stuff is to give one of Deirdre's 2 level 3 wizard towers the thing that lets you put another tower down at its spot, so that with all this crowding in one spot, she can get more firepower to bear. You know what, let's just spend all our money. And super boost this 1 wizard tower. So now it also shoots a 2x1 explosive right in front of it. Cool. Okay, and yeah, now here we go. This is not going to be pretty, y'all. Spawning. So first, this level 0 jumps straight to where Sitem is, which means he has to move again. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to put a tentacle down. Let's say the same spot. And then Sitem can move here, I guess. Sure, because Deirdre can teleport back. Okay, level 2 doesn't spawn anybody. Level 3 doesn't really do much. That's not worrying me. That just kind of bounces her back. Hey, let's bring her 1 towards us. And then here's the really worrisome one. Another champion, a hobgoblin. You can see they're pretty tough to defeat. And their special ability, if their skull thing goes off, is to get rid of all the soldiers on them and deal 1 damage, extra damage to everyone within 1 range of them. So they're nasty. And yes, if we would have to spawn into nothingness, like spawn another person right here, right now, we would lose the game immediately. Clearly, there's a lot we gotta do. There's a lot we gotta take care of. Yeah, you can see that it's easy to get a little overzealous in leveling up your towers too much. Geez, let's see. If I kill that horde and that horde, that'll leave room for the green and purple. But then, yeah, I mean, the fast ones are still going to be so much trouble here. If I kill these 3, then there'll be room for everybody, I think. But I really don't want the boss to hit me, and I can't forget they're spawning more people. Yeah, I might have slow played this too much. I might lose this round. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let's activate Deirdre first. I'm going to have her go over here and then move off to get rid of the tentacle. And I guess she can just like go here. And then she's about to run out of life, so I'm going to have her use her Hallelujah ability, which means that she recovers all her health. I think that's what recovers mean. It's not actually defined in the rules. They use other words like rest and refresh. And she has shield until the end of a turn, and she gets to put a single attack down. Like there, looks good. And I think I might want to use Sitem's monkey paw to have somebody not activate, because that would, like, if I can get on the one of the fast dudes, that would definitely buy me some time. Actually, something else I shouldn't forget, because this could be helpful, is that soldiers on a horde or heroes will stop one of their movements. So these guys would only move once, and the other hordes wouldn't move at all. So I could maybe like slow them down some without killing them. So with that in mind, maybe I try to kill another champion. Let's have Sitem go 1, 2. That's the best he can do with that guy. And then activate his Angry God. So again, he's got shield, he can't be hurt, and every time anything hits this guy, he'll get to put down one of his 2x1 tokens. Because he left here, boop, we got something else on there. And then I think, will this do it all by itself? I think it will. Because this is hitting now 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. Then if Sighton doubles that with 4 more, yeah, that'll get all 8 in one go. Let's friggin' do it. So, okay, the actual wizard tower does a 2x1. And then we got to get that little hard to reach spot there. 1x1, another 1x1, which causes Saitum to do a 2x1, a 2x1, a 2x1. Oh, wait a second. Am I short? Oh, no, that's right. I forgot one. And another 2x1. I forgot this also shoots its little thing here. Which actually means we have one too many, don't we? Well, it's fine, though. It's fine. We killed off the entire champion with 1 tower and a hero. That's pretty good. We still got to deal with this whole kerfluffle. Now, I kind of wasted the ability to put down an extra tower there, didn't I? Because there's not that many people to attack. So what happens if I kill them and them? These guys go there. These guys go hop to there. These guys go there. And then there's nowhere for those ones to spawn. So crud. Fridgeman, I don't know. Okay, let's have Saitum do a Knight's Barracks. So how they work is they put down soldiers, 2 of them in any of these locations, and then additionally they do splash damage to a different adjacent horde. So like if the soldier goes here, they can splash there or there or there. And splash damage does ignore these physical shields. We don't have to worry about that. So let's put the actual soldiers on these spots to kill the little only soldier or hero things. And then for the splash damage, we can just keep on hitting these guys, I guess. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to redo, sorry, the Angry God thing, because I forgot I have like these howitzers that hit a lot of different people. So there's probably a smarter way to divide up these attacks. So he's still there. I'm still doing Angry God. But let's have him use his Dwarven Bombard, which only does a single hit to each of these guys, but that will still trigger his Angry God ability. And then Deirdre can come in here with her Dwarven Howitzer because the Mage Tower has that mod that let me put something over it. And sorry, let's say I haven't done the Mage Tower yet. That makes more sense. So we'll do like that. So that can go there, which will trigger Saitum's ability again. And it can go, I guess, there. Okay, now I can do the Wizard's Tower and figure out exactly the best way to do it. So let's see, if I go boop, boop with the 2 ones, then he can go boop and boop. Okay, so that still kills it. And that leaves me 1 of these. Okay, so at least I got a bit more damage dealt. We're still in a pretty bad way. I don't know. Let's do the Wizard's Tower here. Go like boop, boop. Oh my gosh. Boop. And we can... I'm not sure what to do here. We could do a Footman Barracks. Double that up because you can put soldiers and non-soldiers together. And put, I guess, like guys there and there. And this little barracks lets me do a single one like that. And then Sharpshooter Tower, I think I'm going to lose. This is a Saitum. And we can put this like kind of wherever that we want because one of the options lets you put 2 single arrow tokens on any horde of your choice, which would finish off these dudes. Oh, and then God help us, all we have left is this. I think we're done, y'all. I think I messed up. Yeah, because this deer just, look, she can do 2 2x1s, but she can't reach them to finish them off. And I don't even know if that would have been enough anyway. Yeah, I think I lost, y'all. This is going to be a quicker playthrough than I meant. I built up too much. So, I don't know. I'll put it here and start killing some more of these guys. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I calculate this right, this is going to be the end, sadly. Because they kill them. She's shielded from Hallelujah. So that one's gone. We get a gem. Kill the champion, but he's shielded from Angry God, which lets us recover up to 2 of the blossoms. We only use the 1, so that flips back up. But then we didn't kill anybody else. Oh my gosh. Okay, then Hordes advance, which I think might already kill us. So this one does not move because of a soldier, but they do get killed. Normally that would mean they would have none of that damage, but because of Deirdre's ability, she does leave damage in her wake. But these guys go here. Yeah, this is not going to be good. And then these guys kill the soldiers on the first attack and then move on the second. Where was it? It was like that and that, I think. And then these last ones, whoops. So actually I did have room to spawn, but yeah, these ones come in and they do 1 damage for each uncovered enemy, which is a lot of enemies. If I had like spread 1 soldier to each, then I guess they would have been here. But no, then they still would have been able to spawn. So yeah, I just waited too long to attack. You can build up, but you can't build up so much to the point where you leave yourself vulnerable. So whoops, sorry, shorter scenario. But there you go. That is Kingdom Rush. Let me just show you some things that didn't happen yet. So here's what the Jack-o'-lantern guides leave behind. They're like really weak hordes, but they take the place of where they were. So like if there was a jack-o'-lantern here and they triggered their ability, they would leave these guys behind here, and then they would go to the one with the red thing, and it would tick down to the next lower number. So they like spawn again and just leave people in their wake, and they're kind of hard to nail down. There's also events in the decks, and those will trigger, here I'll show them quickly so you can't see the spoilers, those will trigger different events for each scenario. So the first time you play it, you'll have some surprises, and then you'll kind of know what to expect. And that's pretty much it for the new stuff. In the later scenarios, you unlock more level 4 towers, you unlock more mods, and of course you have like boss battles and stuff. But yeah, that is Kingdom Rush Elemental Uprising. And what do I think? Well, you can go back and watch my original Kingdom Rush review. I think most of my things still stand. I do find the polyomino puzzle of defeating enemies to be brain-burny, but fun. I do tend to like it a little better solo, and like I said, multi-handing over the true solo mode, just because sometimes that brain burn of trying to figure out how to kill enemies can be a little bit much, especially for my kids. There are also some other wonky things in multiplayer, like the way you trade towers to level them up. Sometimes I've had games where like one of my kids would end up with like 4 towers and the other one would end up with 1, which can be a little bit annoying, like if they have just less to do on their turn. But the choice in the core design of like when to pass towers and when to use them, you saw right here, can be pretty interesting because you can go too far one way or the other. If you use all your towers all the time and they never level up, you're going to lose. If you do what I did and level them up too much and don't actually kill things, you're probably also going to lose. I continue to think that the heroes in the game are fun. I haven't played Rift in Time in a while, but I don't remember like the Rift in Time heroes having as many like little ongoing abilities and stuff. So I feel like maybe these new ones are a bit more interesting than the old ones, but again, I haven't played the original in a while, so that might totally not be the case. The new tentacle mechanic is pretty interesting. I mean, you can get rid of them pretty easily, but it just kind of forces you to think about your movement a bit more. The blossoms, kind of the same thing. They make the movement puzzle and like strategically finding where you want your heroes to be more interesting. And other new elements, the mods, you can see like I find them really hard to notice when they're on cards. Like they don't really have a clear space they're supposed to go. So I'll like forget they're there. They're like not stickers, but they're kind of sticky. I don't know. I find them kind of weird, and they are less interesting to me strategically. Like I'd rather have more towers to choose from than like little mods to adapt my towers, but that's just me. It's fine. And let's see, what else do I want to say? I guess one more major complaint. This was also true of the original. This game sucks to set up and sucks to put away because you have a billion-ty little tokens, and it doesn't really matter if you organize them by type, because one 2x1 token is the same as another 2x1 token once it's actually on an enemy. Well, that's not quite true. There's like one hero in this set that cares about their tokens being on people. But then beyond the tokens, like these cards are all in these number stacks, like 1s and 2s and 0s, and shuffling them and setting up the spawn stacks, which have like very specific number orders to them, and is getting all that ready and then returning everything to its stack. It definitely takes longer than a kind of light-ish, well, I guess it's not that light since you got to be pretty smart to win, but potentially light strategy game like this deserves or demands. So yeah, there are complaints here, but I'm still enjoying playing this with my kids. I do think the new scenarios in Elemental Rising are pretty good. And I forgot to say, I do like very much. First of all, I like that now you don't have to have the puzzle of which way to turn your towers. So that's something that was taken out of Rift in Time, and I do like the flexibility of attacking a little bit more easily. It doesn't make the puzzle necessarily easier, but it's just a little bit smoother for my taste. And then the big thing. So the champions in this one are kind of what replaces what were they called? The portal enemies from Rift in Time, if you saw the playthrough of that. And how the portal enemies used to work, they were like the ones you had to kill, and if they got to the end, you would lose automatically. How they would work is if a tower shot them, that tower would get destroyed and you would lose it for the rest of the game, which I found led to really repetitive gameplay where you would always just wait until the last possible second for every horde enemy and every portal enemy and kill every horde around them, and then only hit them at the very, very end of the scenario because you didn't want to lose your towers. And also just losing your towers sucks. Like that was an actively unfun aspect of the original set for my kids when they played especially. But yes, with this one, you don't have any of that. I haven't seen any effects that make you actually lose your towers forever. I guess they can get locked down by the tentacles, but that's usually like a choice you've made and you know it's going to happen. So yes, I do think out of the two sets, if only for the portal enemies and the flexibility of turning your tokens, I would certainly recommend Elemental Uprising before the original Rift in Time. And I don't really want to play Rift in Time at all anymore because I like this so much better than the portal enemies. I did forget that. Glad I remembered it because that's probably the biggest change and the one I like the best. So yeah, that is Kingdom Rush. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my horrible failure. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.